Germany is Europe's largest economy and the fourth largest in the world. But for the first time in decades, Germany is in trouble. The IMF has predicted that Germany will be the only G7 country to experience a recession in 2023. And The Economist even released an article declaring Germany to be the sick man of Europe. But Germany's crisis isn't just economic, it's also political. Germany's fiscally conservative instincts and its newfound anxieties about immigration rule out the obvious solutions to the global rise of protectionism. Germany's acute demographic crisis, while the fragmentation of German politics both within and outside the government, means no new solutions are forthcoming. So in this video, we're going to have a look at both Germany's ongoing economic crisis and why its politicians seem so powerless to deal with it. First and foremost, let's delve into the issue of chronic underinvestment in Germany. Surprisingly, despite consistently running budget surpluses, the German government has historically fallen short in adequately funding its public services. Public investment, when measured as a percentage of GDP, has remained notably lower compared to its European counterparts ever since reunification. The condition of German roads and railways falls short of the global reputation. Astonishingly, 1 out of every 8 of its 40,000 significant bridges is no longer in a suitable state, and last year, a troubling 1 out of every 3 German trains failed to run on schedule. So unreliable are German trains that Switzerland has commenced reducing its reliance on Deutsche-operated rail routes that traverse the Swiss-German border to preserve the punctuality of Swiss train services. Germany's track record in digital infrastructure investment has been consistently lacking. According to the Digital Economy and Society Index by the European Commission, Germany ranks among the least digitized economies in Europe, trailing behind all its peer nations except France. This deficiency in digitization extends to the realm of German public services as well. Since 2014, the German government has presented multiple digital strategies, including the inclusion of an Online Access Act in the coalition's 2021 manifesto. However, these well-intentioned plans have frequently fallen short of their targets. A striking example comes from 2017, when the government enacted legislation mandating the digitization of nearly 600 government services by 2022. Regrettably, by the deadline, only approximately 20% of these services had undergone digital transformation. The persistent underinvestment in digital infrastructure has hindered Germany's progress in adapting to the demands of the digital age, warranting a closer examination of its digital strategy moving forward. The starkest instance of public underinvestment in Germany becomes evident when considering their pursuit of net zero emissions. Germany stands out with some of the highest greenhouse gas emissions in all of Europe, and its per capita emissions exceed those of its peer nations. This situation can be attributed, in part, to Germany's industrial economic structure, but it is exacerbated by the notable reliance on environmentally unfriendly energy sources. The German energy landscape is notably tainted by an over-reliance on coal, accounting for a staggering 30% of its energy production. Recent disruptions to gas exports and the government's decision to decommission nuclear power plants further compounded this dependency on coal. Unfortunately, the German government appears uncertain about how to tackle this formidable challenge. An aversion to raising taxes and fiscal constraints stemming from the Free Democratic Party's reluctance to authorize additional expenditure leaves them in a precarious position. A few months ago, the leader of the Free Democratic Party, Christian Lindner, expressed his desire for Germany to return to fiscal conservatism, signaling a shift after 3 years of substantial spending. This change was accompanied by budget cuts across various ministries, including a staggering 99% reduction in the digitization budget, plummeting from €377 million to a mere €3 million. Furthermore, climate policies such as the Green Party's contentious ban on oil and gas boilers faced dilution. Even defense spending, which saw a nominal 2% increase, is projected to fall below the 2% of GDP NATO target for this year, despite previous commitments, including Schulz's announcement of a $100 billion special funding initiative as part of his Zeiton-Wende plan last year. In light of these challenges and the critical need to address them, Germany finds itself at a crossroads, compelled to make bold decisions to rectify its energy mix and emission issues while navigating the complexities of fiscal responsibility. The second major challenge confronting the German economy pertains to its aging population, a concern that extends across many European nations. However, Germany's demographic predicament is notably severe. Amongst large countries, it has the second oldest population after Japan, boasting a median age of approximately 48. Furthermore, its fertility rate hovers around 1.5, significantly below the replacement threshold of 2.1. These demographics, without substantial shifts, result in Germany already grappling with one of the world's highest old age dependency ratios. Projections suggest that this ratio is set to double to 0.68 by 2060, a development that could place an immense burden on the country's public services. Historically, immigration has been Germany's favoured recourse to address its demographic challenges, and the country welcomed a substantial number of immigrants, particularly during the mid-2010s migrant crisis. Presently, nearly 30% of the population either holds a foreign passport or has one parent with foreign origins. However, the approach to immigration in Germany has encountered increasing political controversy. Recent polls indicate that 64% of German voters believe that immigration does not benefit the country, with this sentiment spanning across various political affiliations except for the Greens. Both the Alternative for Germany, AfD, and the Christian Democrats have advocated for more stringent immigration policies. Therefore, it is reasonable to anticipate that future German governments might not be as pro-immigration as their predecessors, exacerbating the nation's demographic dilemma. The third predicament concerns the array of obstacles confronting Germany's export-oriented economic model, which has driven the nation's growth for several decades, notably in the automotive sector. However, the viability of this growth model has become increasingly uncertain, primarily due to two key factors. Firstly, Germany's primary export destinations, including China and the European Union, have seen a slowdown in their growth rates, resulting in reduced demand for German products. Secondly, the global resurgence of protectionist policies, particularly exemplified by the United States Inflation Reduction Act, has created a more challenging environment for German companies. This includes both diminished export opportunities and heightened competition from foreign enterprises that benefit from substantial government subsidies. The automotive industry serves as a compelling illustration of the dual challenges Germany currently faces. The Inflation Reduction Act offers significant financial incentives to encourage car manufacturing in the United States, undermining the competitiveness of German car makers. Meanwhile, the European market has witnessed an influx of low-cost Chinese electric vehicles, supported by substantial subsidies from the Chinese government, further eroding the market share of German companies. Regrettably, the German government has yet to devise a comprehensive strategy to address these mounting challenges, which threaten the sustainability of the export-driven economic model that has been integral to the country's growth. Recently, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz sparked controversy by expressing doubt regarding the EU's investigation into China's electric vehicle EV subsidies, led by France. He emphasized the importance of embracing free markets within Europe, rather than resorting to protectionist measures. While Scholz's commitment to free markets is commendable, it is evident that German automobile manufacturers are encountering substantial challenges competing with their heavily subsidized Chinese counterparts. This situation raises concerns that Germany's automotive industry may follow the same path as its solar panel sector, which once ranked among the world's best before facing stiff competition from Chinese companies backed by significant subsidies. Furthermore, Germany's legitimate concerns about accumulating debt have limited its fiscal capacity to compete with the United States. The US has undertaken massive borrowing to finance the Inflation Reduction Act's substantial subsidies, a financial commitment that Germany cannot easily match. In summary, Germany is confronted with a series of formidable economic hurdles. However, a potentially equally significant issue lies in the apparent inability of Germany's political leadership to find effective solutions. Worries related to debt and immigration have restricted the pursuit of the most apparent remedies for these complex economic challenges. That's it for today, and now we invite you to share your thoughts in the comments. Do subscribe to the channel if you like our content, and we will catch you in the next one. Bye.